And I said, well, funny you should ask, because a cantor that I worked with in Denver is doing a program for smaller communities to teach lay people how to be service leaders. And she reached out to me to see if I knew anybody in the congregation who would be interested in doing that. And so here we are. And so for 4 months or so.
Well, it's been, since November. I don't know how many months that is. I think it's 6 now.
Not quite.
Not quite. 5 months?
5 months.
Okay. 4.5.
Somewhere between 4 and 5 months.
Okay.
Seems like 3 years ago. So for the past 4 or 5 months, Donna has been working and learning, and as part of the program has to do a practicum.
Yep.
Of leading services. To be fair, she has already, at the last minute in February, jumped in on a Saturday morning service without any preparation whatsoever. I called on her at 8:45 to lead services at 10 o'clock when Yuval was sick.
But we had a village, and it took a village, and we made it through.
And now, this evening is the service that Donna's actually been working on.
Yes. I know almost all the syllables.
So we'll begin our service with Lechu Neranena, singing out joyously, because this is what Donna does. Page 12.
Ranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, ladonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, ladonai. Naria, naria, lezur yeshenu, lekama fana betoda. Naria, naria, lezur yeshenu, bizmirut naria lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, ladonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, ladonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, ladonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, ladonai.
And Donna, I'll have you come over to light our Shabbat candles. We're on pages 3 and 2.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Page 344, Shir Chadash. The Chadodi is on pages 20 and 21. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And on the 9th verse, rise and face the entrance to greet the Sabbath bride.
B'nei Shabbat tekabela, lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, lechadodi likrat kala. Shabbat nekabela, shalom bezachor bedibur echad, ishvianu el yuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem el tiferet v'nitila. Lechadodi likrat kala, Shabbat nekabela, lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor ha'bracha, merosh mikeret nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila.
Verse 5.
Hitori, kiva orech piori, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alanit nigla. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei
Shalom Aleichem. We greet the Shabbat angels, page 24. Chadzi Kaddish, page 26.
Vit Kadash, Shamir Rabba.
Amen.
Be'alma divrei kirute v'aplik b'chute. B'chaya echon v'yom echon uv'chayedecho b'it Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'v'zman kari v'imru.
Amen.
Yesh merabba mevarach, ve'alam alal me'al maya, itbarak, itbarak, v'ishtabak, v'trapa, v'troban, v'tnaseh, v'tarar, v'talei, v'talashvei, dekashabrichu, le'ela min kol bechata v'shiata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram be'alma v'imru.
Amen. Please rise and bow to your spirit for Baruch, page 28.
La la
Page 31, we just passed the spring equinox. So this is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 32. Please be seated. Page 36.
בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
On page 41, with the end of the ceasefire between Israel and Gaza, I'm thinking especially of this passage on page 41. Sing the song of people joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. On the facing page.
יפדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Page 43 and 42.
Understanding among us, let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Ashivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Ashivenu, Esher Shalom. Le'amidenu, Shomrenu Lecheinu. Ufros aleinu, Sukat shlomecha. Ashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Eloheinu, Ashkivenu, Leshem Shalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol
page 44.
Shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם לברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם לברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם לברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם לברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם לברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם לברית עולם.
Please rise for the Amidah, embody your spirit for the Amidah, page 46.
Open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Eloheinu melukenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol v'Dibron v'Torah, Elion, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Kodei Yaakov, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imot, U'mevir Geulah livneihem, Lemon Shemo Ve'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Baruch Ribon le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Hakol Atara ve'Hoshia. Mashiv HaRuach u'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim bechesed, Mechayei Hakol berachamim rabim. Baruch atah Adonai, Michali hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim bechol yom Baruch hasela. Baruch atah Adonai, HaKadosh.
We continue with our private prayers. When you've finished with your prayers, you may be seated. Yes, we want peace on all of us. On all of us, and especially on all those who are in need of healing and wholeness, mind, and body, and spirit. As we think of them, we offer the words of Mishaberach, and I invite you also to share the names of those you're thinking of with us at this time.
Bob Matthews.
Nick. Evian. Page 253. And we take a few moments to share some blessings and moments of gratitude from the past week.
Hello? Yeah, okay. Well, it's really exciting to see a vision in my head and then it comes to life. Thanks to all the people helping me in the last 3 days, including John, who is just, I couldn't do it without him, man. Thank you so much.
And a specific shout out to the generous folks at Second Cycle for loaning us a couple of their pop-ups. Jeff and Deb Friedman loaned us theirs, and Melanie Gladstone loaned us hers. So we've got quite the shouk market and banquet set up in there.
Well, some good news this week about 2 of the 3 women in my family, and not Angela. Our second daughter, Gina, in Los Angeles, she teaches head of musical instrument program at a private school, K through 12, and then on Saturday she Crossroads School. Maybe you people from Los Angeles have heard of it, but and then on Saturday she teaches over at the Coburn Institute and took a group from there. I think over 100 applicants video and only 20 selected to go to this national competition in Austin, Texas. And her group, which was a string quartet, was voted the best quartet. And then of all the 20 groups of other types of ensembles, the best group of the whole 20. So that was just the other day. And then my wife, Solja, was interviewed by a local newspaper. Have you ever heard of the Volcano? And I guess you get it at the supermarkets or mini markets. Anyhow, she was interviewed a couple of weeks ago, and we heard that it comes out weekly, but only in print once a month. Otherwise, it's online, is what they told us. But anyhow, the print issue, the next print issue, I think is somewhere first week of April. The April issue, there's a nice interview of Solja and what she's done in the community and stuff, so you can find out about her there. And in fact, there's a third one, Gina's oldest daughter, senior in high school. She's been interested in model UN, in fact, won awards through high school, and she's interested in international relations. She just heard the other day that she's been accepted with a 4-year scholarship to American University. And not only that, the honors program, so they're thinking nicely of her, but she's still got a couple, 3 other schools to hear from, so we'll see where she ends up.
So that's a safety school is what you're saying. Yeah.
You don't want to say anything about Angela's book? Angela, Rabbi Bookdahl, and Angela, as she is well known here, is her memoir is coming out.
Yes, that's right.
At some point, but it's this year.
Kazi had his first birthday on Saturday. I know, he's a giant. He's in the 98th percentile for height, or was it weight? I don't know. He's very large. And very happy. Also, he got a new pair of shoes. And also, he said his first word this week. It was, he's sort of like exploding with words this week. But we think his first word was hi. He picked up a fake phone and he said, hi. And then he also throws the ball and says, go. And then he just says, mom, 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 all day. But he has so many mamas, I don't know who he's talking to.
And now it'll never stop. The Israeli company Wiz was purchased by Google for $32 billion, some outrageous sum. On the side of their building in Tel Aviv today, they put up a very simple saying that said, "There is only one deal that is worthwhile."
After from what I'm told, a very difficult bout of IVF, my cousin and his wife introduced their first child earlier this week. Name's Hazel Schultz. She was also big, 8.5 pounds, which runs in my family. I was almost 9 pounds.
I was over 9 pounds.
I had in just 3 weeks' time, but only like 6 or 7 get-togethers at 15 minutes at a time, put on a performance with some 4th and 5th graders today at school based on from the book, The Day the Crayons Quit. 3 weeks ago when I asked the principal, like, hey, the kids would like to put on a performance, I was thinking like in May or June, and she's like, how about March 21st? I'm like, okay. And it was fantastic. They did such a great job, so I was really proud of their efficiency.
Yay.
Our daughter started a new job this week. She had worked for about 10.5 years at UMass Hillel, and they got a little tired of college students, and stuff. But she's still committed to Jewish nonprofits, and she now is a development officer at the Jewish Federation of the Berkshires. So she's.
For all these things and more, we say, Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'ele hodot. Praised are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are deserving of praise. So we are reaching the end of the book of Exodus. We've got one more parsha to go, just so you don't worry. One more parsha to go. We're in Vayakhel this week, and it talks about. It is a recap of everything that has been discussed and all of the designs that were discussed in the building of the tabernacle. Only now in this parsha, they are actually being completed rather than the designs talked about. And when I was in rabbinical school, one of my professors, Dr. Rachel Adler, now a rabbi, we were ordained together, she asked us to read the section where the menorah is constructed and draw it. Okay, so when you think of a menorah, what do you imagine? Right, you have the post in the middle, and then you've got this 6 branches coming this way, and they're like little flower petals coming out the sides, and so on and so forth, right? What? Well, so it does say that each branch has these 3 levels on it, and then the candle would be, or the oil really with the wick would be on top, right? Because remember, they didn't use wax candles back then, they used oil. And as one of my classmates was reading the text out loud, and another classmate who is an artist was up at the board drawing it, we saw something very different than what is, for example, on the seal of Israel and on many of the coins. One that was, rather than having all, hold on, let's do it this way. I can't quite do that. I can do it better when it's a Chanukiah, but I can't quite get the 6 together. Rather than them being sort of flat, trellised almost, it was 3-dimensional. So there was one set of candles going like this, and one set of candles going like this, and one set of candles going like this. In some sense, putting it together like a Star of David, right? If you looked at it from the top. And since then, every time we come to these parshiot and start describing the building of the tabernacle of the Mishkan, which is given in so much tedious detail, just how much of it is actually not explained and how much is left up to interpretation, right? We have this many feet wide, this many feet long, but things are woven into some sort of pattern that isn't described. We have this many branches, we have this many flowers on each branch of the menorah, and how it is actually laid out is not described. We have a set of 12 stones that are described in Hebrew. No one has any clue what they actually are. You know, translations give some sort of attempt, but who knows? And sometimes you see a translation that indicates that one is supposed to be blue and another one it's supposed to be black. Who knows? All of this intricate detail and no clue what it should actually look like. Which makes me think of our world. We have laws, we have social expectations, standards, and norms. And in theory, they are very clear exactly what we should and shouldn't do. And I can tell you from having a 4, almost 5-year-old, that any instruction that I give can somehow be interpreted to not be what I said it to be. The other day, it was, no, you can't have a snack in the car on the way to school. You just had breakfast, and you are going to have another breakfast when you get to school. Still takes the snack. And when I say, what are you doing? He's like, well, it's not for the way to school, it's for the way home. There was no way to argue with him. He didn't eat it on the way to school. He waited until the way home. But, right, we give rules, we give instructions, and it is still open to interpretation. And that is one of the biggest challenges of creating a cohesive society. And in fact, one of the blessings is that we do not all understand the same thing based on the same words. If we go back to the Tower of Babel, right? There, everyone was working together to do something big and great, and they were going to make a name for themselves and build the tower up to the heavens to reach God. And God was like, you are working really well together, but for bad reasons. Let's confound your language and make it a little bit more complicated for you, right? In a sense, being too in sync is not good. We need that difference, the variety, the heterogeneity of viewpoints, of perspectives. We need the people, even when it is annoying to come from your child, who take your words and then figure out a different way to understand them. We need those people. And it is also an incredible challenge to build a cohesive society when every time we have an idea, it gets interpreted in different ways. And then all of a sudden, this vision that we hold is not actually realized because it looks one way to one person and something totally different to another person. There are, in the Torah, 2 artisans who are in charge of bringing the vision to reality. Anyone know their names? Anyone?
Can't remember.
No, Moses and Aaron are not the architects, the artisans in charge of building the tabernacle. It's a cousin. Bezalel, there's a great design school in Israel that's named after Bezalel. And anyone know the other guy's name? Oholiav. Clearly, obviously, his name was Oholiav. It was right on the tip of all of your tongues. I'm sure of that. We do end up needing leaders who are able to hear from other people, but who are also able to hold a vision of what can be and guide the community into creating it, into bringing it to life. And so my prayer for us on this Shabbat Vayakel, by the way, is the word for to bring people together in community. I can't even find a good English word for it. It's communitify is the best I can do. Hebrew has much better ways of articulating certain ideas. That we can come together as a community, and not just this community, but as a society, and bring together a vision or leaders who work for peace and for justice. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yuval, are you going to share the announcements? Mommy. Okay, Greg? He can grab you with the grabber to...
Okay, I'm here to do the announcements. Nope. Put on. Now it is. Now it is. So the rabbi's sermon actually had a couple of meanings that she didn't go into. One was, if you haven't voted, vote, because it brings the community together. The other one is, if you want to be on the temple board, volunteer, because we need people to bring the community together. Other than that, okay, the voting part was the first announcement. Vashti's banquet is tomorrow night. Yes, and it looks wonderful in the social hall. It should never change back. A week from Sunday is Landscaping Spiff It Up Day. There's some flyers out front. And Jacqueline will be there. So for all of you who said, where's Jacqueline? She's going to be spiffing it up. Community Passover Seder is the 13th of April. Sisterhood is recruiting members. There's an Emergency Food Network fundraiser that's going on. And Solomon Schechter is doing a women's getaway. So those announcements are here and in the bulletin. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Do we go back now?
We are also in process. This has not been really shared at all because it's just being organized, but we are also in the process of putting together a group to go see Parade in Seattle when it comes on tour on April 20th. Parade, the musical Parade, which is the story of Leo Frank, who was a Jew who was lynched in the South. And so that will be April 20th if you'd like to join us for the matinee. More information will be forthcoming, I promise. I just want you to hear about it. And then I was just asked the other day if we would be part of a Houses of Worship, historic Houses of Worship tour on May 10th. And so I'm looking for volunteers to help give a tour of the building to people who stop by. And again, more information forthcoming. It is brand new, hot, not even on the press yet. Okay. We will continue in our prayer books on page 282 with Aleinu, please rise and body your spirit. Hey, Cosmos, do you want to open the ark? Do you want to come open the ark?
Oh, okay. Whoops.
Do you want to come open it? Here, push this.
How does this work?
Aleinu l'shabbat l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה יוצרת ראשית, שהורותנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שחקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני
We think of those who have died in our community in recent days. We're especially thinking of congregant Lee Mediconis, who died earlier this weekend, or last weekend was buried this week. We also think of those whose yahrzeits occur in the coming week. If I say the name of someone that you're remembering, I invite you to rise so we can acknowledge you as a mourner. On this Shabbat, we think of Bruno Benedetti, Morris Bloom, Harold E. Brotman, Erwin Fisher, Lisa Ann Genberg, Charles Aaron Gordon, Margaret Johnson, Elizabeth Kessler, Gussie Chlorfine, Helen Lehman, Lee Lewis, Mary Margaret McCloy, Albert Nachmani, Phyllis Payton, Ralph Peters, Dora Patudo, Sarah Rafelowitz, Lori Rosenblum, Betty Schlessel, Jerome Samuel Schwartz, Rebecca Betty Simon, Joseph Simon, Leo Stegman, Lipman Sussman, Herbert L. Van Glup, Elsa Warnick, and Koppel Weinstone. As we think of them, we say Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be a blessing, and we rise to join our mourners so that no mourner has to stand alone as we offer the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash b'nei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon v'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'akol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, as together we say, amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. For our closing song, we are going to sing Debbie Friedman's Angel's Blessing. The words I thought were in the prayer book, but they are not. The English is, may our right hand bring us closer to our godliness. May our left hand give us strength to face each day. Before us, may our visions light our paths ahead, and behind us, may well-being heal our way. So this is in reference to the 4 archangels who are said to be to the right, Michael, the one who is like God, bring us closer to our godliness. On the left side, Gavriel, God is my strength. Before us, Uriel, God is my light. And behind us, Raphael, God will heal. And above us is Shechina, which, by the way, is a name for God and also comes from the same root as Mishkan, the tabernacle where God dwells. So sometimes Shechina will be translated as the indwelling of God. Okay. May our right hand bring us closer to our godliness. May our left hand give us strength. May our left hand give us strength to face each day. And before us may our visions, and before us may our visions light our paths ahead, and behind us may well-being heal our way. Let's do that again. May our right hand bring us closer to our godliness. May our left hand give us strength to face each each day. Before us may our visions, before us may our visions light our paths ahead. Behind us may well-being, behind us may well-being heal our way. May our right hand bring us closer to our godliness. May our left hand give us strength to face each day. And before us may our visions guide our paths ahead. And behind us may well-being heal our way. All around us is Shekhinah. 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 May our right hand bring us closer to our godliness. May our left hand give us strength to face each day. Before us may our visions light our paths ahead. Behind us may well-being heal our way. All around us is Shekhinah. All around us is Shekhinah. All around us is Shekhinah. Shabbat Shalom. Kiddush can be found on page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kirshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho Zikaron lema'aseh Bereshit, ki hu yom tekiyah lemivrahe kodesh, zecher etziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'chata yotanu kidasha Kohanim, v'shabbat koshecha v'ha'uratzon, hinkeltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-shabbat.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
You should drink. And I'm pouring some extra juice for those of you. We have a small enough crowd that you all can have some juice if you'd like.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, v'yodea k'nafo.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Thank you to
Shalom.
Melanie on tech, to David Wheeler for greeting everybody, and to Vivian for setting up our oneg, and Donna.
Thank you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lahazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who gave us life, sustained us, and brought us to this moment, which is the first time helping lead Friday night services.
Yes, it is. Thank you. And Deb.